Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Danielle and I am the mom of 3 beautiful little girls, Madeline who is 2, Kaylee who is 1, and Everly who is just 4 weeks old. We've been implementing the Montessori education system in our home since our daughters were very little. With that being said, when it is time to potty train your child, there are several different methods that you can use. Today I'm going to be bringing you the Montessori methods for potty training or toilet training and learning. Potty training your child can always be very stressful and difficult and sometimes a little bit daunting, but it doesn't always have to be that way. Depending on what methods you choose and what is right for your child, potty training could actually be pretty quick and easy. Most potty training methods have the parents running back and forth from the bathroom with the child every 15 to 30 minutes, and sometimes you just don't know when your child needs to go. Maybe your child isn't even really sure when they're supposed to go. With those other methods, your child might be forced to sit on the potty until they go, and this can sometimes be very difficult, especially if your child has a smaller attention span or you have other children or other needs around your house. Most of these methods also require some type of sticker chart or heavy praising or pumping your child full of candy every time they sit on the potty. With the Montessori method, we're eliminating most of those needs. Using the potty is a natural process, much like eating and sleeping. Therefore, you don't want it to be any extra entertaining, and you definitely don't want it to be any extra rewarding. Just imagine if every time you took a bite of your meal, somebody was in the background going, "Yay, you did it!" This is sort of the same thing with potty training or any type of Montessori learning. Overly stimulating or overly rewarding your child could cause confusion, as in the future they might expect somebody to sit there and clap for them and scream for them like a little cheer team every time they use a potty or every time they complete a puzzle or any time that they really do anything successful. It's good to let them know that they've done a good job, but you also don't want to be going really over the top excited every time your child does something. All of these things go for potty training. So we are not using a sticker chart, and we are also not using any type of extra rewards. So this means you don't have to worry about going to the dollar store and spending $25 on all the little random toys and junk that you can get at the dollar store to give to your child every time they use the potty. Before we go ahead and get started, there are a couple of things that you do need to know before starting your potty training. The first thing you need to know is if your child is ready to start potty training. With Montessori potty training, they usually recommend that you start somewhere between the ages of 18 months and 3 years. This does not necessarily mean that your child needs to be fully potty trained by then. This is the starting point, as if today we are starting to potty train. With Montessori potty training, most children are fully potty trained by 2 years to 2.5 years or so. The first thing you want to do is recognize if your child is indeed ready to use the potty. With Montessori, there's a couple of different ways that we can tell if our child is ready to use the potty. The first one being, is your child of age? The next is awareness. Is your child aware that they are going to the potty? So this means, are they telling you that they've pooped or that they've peed? Are they bringing you a diaper asking for a diaper change? My middle child actually says that she has a yucky butt, and that's how I know that she has gone. It's very important for your child to know whether or not they're eliminating themselves. Now, with the method that I'm going to show you, it will actually teach them this as well. So if they're not quite there yet, that's okay. This process still can be used for your child. Is your child having more frequent dry diapers? Are they waking up dry? Are they going longer of periods of time during the day being dry? Or are they just constantly creating wet diaper after wet diaper after wet diaper? Is your child interested in the potty? Are they trying to follow you into the bathroom? Are they asking what they're doing? Are they observing you trying to use the bathroom? Are they seeing the toilet paper and you flushing the toilet? If they don't really show any interest at all, it might be a little bit difficult to actually get them into the bathroom. And also, if you want your child to be fully independent at using the potty, then they will need to be able to pull their pants down, take off their underwear, or pull down a pull-up, as well as redress themselves. Once you feel your child is ready for potty training, it's time to get set up to do it. There's a couple of things that you're going to need before starting your potty training journey. The first thing you want to decide is your child going to use the full-size toilet, or are you going to get a toddler-sized toilet? As you can see back here, we do have a toddler-sized toilet that my children do use. What's really good about getting a child-sized toilet is it also folds down into a little step stool. So you can use this if you do plan on using a full-size toilet. They can use this to actually step up onto the full-size toilet as well as to the sink so that they can wash their hands. If you are going to use a full-size toilet, I do suggest getting one of the little rings to put on top of the toilet seat so that it makes the hole smaller so your child doesn't fall in and get their little tushy all wet. We do have one of these as well, and we also have a foldable travel one that we can use when we're out in public. The next thing you're going to need is underwear. There's a few different types of underwear, so let me go ahead and show you what we've got. The first type of underwear is training underwear. So they look like this, and they're just a little bit thicker in the bottom compared to regular underwear. I'll go ahead and give you a comparison in a second, but it just holds a little bit more should your child have an accident. If they have a full-blown accident, it still is going to leak through. It's not going to hold like a diaper, but if they just dribble a little bit, enough for them to be like, oh, I gotta stop, gotta go potty, this is going to hold a lot better than just straight up regular underwear. So we have several packets of these, as well as the regular underwear. So these are the regular underwear, and I'll go ahead and give you the little comparison. You can see just how much bigger they actually are. These just contain a lot more cotton than these do. So this is just regular underwear, and we are using both of those. Now with this method, we have gone cold turkey, no more diapers starting on this day. Never using a diaper ever again. It seems a little scary, but it does work. So if you are worried about going out into public, then I do also suggest getting a cloth diaper, a reusable diaper of some sort. That is so that you are not confusing your child with a pull-up or putting diapers back on. If you're putting your child into one of these types of underwear and then you switch back to a diaper and allow them to pee in the diaper without any type of like repercussions or without being uncomfortable, then they're going to start getting confused. They don't know when they're supposed to use a potty and when they're not supposed to use a potty. So if you put them back into those diapers, it's going to delay the process a little bit. If you keep your child in the underwear, they are conscious that it is there. When you go in the car at night or out into public, you can go ahead and put on the cloth diaper. They're still going to pee and get that same sensation, or poop in their pants and get the same sensation as they would at home. However, it is covered up in case you are in the car seat or you're sitting out in public. That way you don't make a big old mess, right? Yeah. With any other Montessori standard, we do encourage our children to clean up after themselves. So you will want some sort of cleaning options for your child. Now obviously you don't want them to be cleaning up their own eliminations by themselves because they will get puddles all over the floor. You don't want them getting it all over themselves. So I do suggest you supervise as your child cleans up after themselves. But if they have an accident on the floor, it is encouraged that you give them some sort of cleaning resource so that they can learn to clean up after themselves. If your child isn't already learning to clean up after themselves, I highly recommend you do so. It is a very important Montessori standard. Therefore, they should already know how to do this before they are starting to become potty trained. Now for the next thing, I do like to have a basket of supplies for my daughter. So this is what our basket looks like, and I'll go ahead and show you everything that's in it and why it's in there. The first thing we have is several pairs of underwear. I do have the training underwear as well as regular underwear. It really depends on how well my kids are doing that day. They kind of prefer to do the training underwear just because it's more cushiony, but they don't really care all that much. I also have a set of phonics cubes. We've been trying to play with the phonics cubes with my oldest, but she doesn't really read quite yet, so it's not necessarily for them to read or anything while they're on the toilet. It's more of like just kind of a fidgety toy to pass the time for a little bit. Her attention span isn't the greatest, so she kind of did need a little bit more encouragement just staying on the potty for a little bit longer. So we did have these just mostly for fidgeting around with. Toilet paper because, well, your kid's gonna have to wipe at some point, so you do want to have toilet paper accessible to them. That is kind of important. If they're not learning the whole process, then you're going to cause confusion in the end. I just added a new pack of Crayola bath crayons. This was mostly because she was having some trouble pooping on the potty, and so I was able to flip the toilet around to our bathtub and she could actually color on the side of the bathtub while she was trying to go. And then we do have 3 books here. We've got Make a Noise. This is my middle child's favorite book, and they also really enjoy the potty books. Sometimes just reading them a book about the potty and how to use the potty kind of sparks their memory and they're like, oh yeah, this is what I'm supposed to do. And then this Toes, Ears, and Nose book, which is one of my oldest daughter's favorite books. So I have those in there just in case we need them. And now, like I said before, it's really important that you don't make potty time and potty training exciting because it's not something that's supposed to be super exciting to them. So only use books and little toys if you need to, and try to eliminate them as soon as possible. With traditional potty training, people may use a sticker chart. Every time your child sits on the toilet, they get a sticker. Every time they poop on the toilet, they get a sticker. However, you know, that system works for that family, as well as excessive praise. So, you know, if you use a potty, I'll give you a pack of Play-Doh. That's not really a Montessori way of learning, because you don't want the child to expect something every time they do the action. If you do that, it's going to be really hard to get them to go in a place such as a public area or to continue going without expecting something. I have some family members that give their kids lollipops every time the kid goes to the potty, and now if they go to the potty in public or they go to the potty at somebody else's house and they're like, "Mommy, where's my lollipop?" and mom's like, "Sorry kid, there's no lollipops here," then the child is having a meltdown and a tantrum, and then for the next potty they didn't want to go to the bathroom because they already knew they weren't going to get their reward. It can just be very confusing. Now it does work. It's a good method for actually getting your child to go, trying to bribe them to use the potty, but with Montessori we're really trying not to bribe or excessively praise our children for doing something that's so natural. So now that everything is set up and ready to go, the method that we are using here is a very quick, cold turkey kind of method. You will need to stay at home for 3 to 5-ish days. So if you're planning on going on the massive Target trip next Saturday and getting your venti Starbucks and spending 3 hours in Target with your 2-year-old, that's probably not the best day to start. You do want to make sure that you have your schedule cleared for 3 to 5 days. For me, this wasn't too difficult. I am a work from home mom and a stay-at-home mom, and so I am here from Monday to Friday and I'm not really going anywhere. So it's really easy for me to do this whole process while my husband is at work, and he goes into work on a Monday morning and he comes home on a Friday, and our child is basically potty trained. To some people, this method may be very stressful or very irritating. It's very important to have patience with your child and understand that there are going to be accidents. This method is not for somebody who wants to have to clean their couch cushions 3 times a day. However, this method is for somebody who wants to get it done. With Montessori training, it is important that you do take your child out to the store and you can let them actually pick out their own underwear. That is why all of our underwear are currently Paw Patrol underwear, because my children love Paw Patrol. They don't actually watch a TV show, but they love the characters. With this method, you can use the option of taking your child to the bathroom every 30 to 45 minutes to see if they will go to the bathroom. With the way that we've been using this method in our house, we will take our children to the bathroom when they wake up, before and after a meal, and a couple of times here and there throughout the day. However, we really want our children to understand when they are going to the bathroom and why they need to go to the bathroom. So for us, what we did is we took the diaper off for the last time and we put the underwear on for the first time, and that was it. My daughter, maybe 30 minutes later, peed through onto the floor, had a puddle, told me she peed, and she ran to the bathroom. The sensation of them wetting themselves is very, very uncomfortable, and most toddlers do not like this at all. Now, as a parent, I do have a lot of cleanup to do. My child will help me clean up, obviously, but I do need to sterilize my floor. I need to wash my couch cushions, all of that. There were a few times during the day where she started peeing on the floor or pooping in her pants and then announcing that she needed to go to the bathroom. I would immediately pick her up, take her straight to the bathroom, tell her you need to go in your potty, this is where you're supposed to go potty so you don't feel this way. This can prove to be slightly frustrating and a little irritating for some parents, because you want your child to just kind of go. Like, you don't want to have to be cleaning up their pee or scraping poop out of their underwear every couple of minutes. But just hang in there, I promise it will get better. It's very hard to get over the first few days of this, but once you're over the hump, it is so much better and so much less time consuming, and your child will become potty trained. It only takes them eliminating themselves in their pants a few times before your child really gets the hang of it and understands what they're supposed to do. I mean, honestly, would you want to be sitting around in your own pee or in your poop in your underwear? They don't want to be sitting in that either. It's very uncomfortable for them, and they know that when pee starts trickling down their legs that something isn't right. Using this method will help them pick up on that much quicker than if you take them to the bathroom every couple of minutes while they're still in a diaper. Really, the biggest advice that I have for parents out there is do not give up on your child during this method. It can be very, very difficult and extremely exhausting to get through it, but you can have your child potty trained in just these 3 to 5 days if you continue with the method and you do not give up. Once you think you have all of this under control, you are ready to start potty training, and you are going to do a fantastic job. That is going to be it for this video. I hope that this information has been helpful to you in some way. Definitely let me know what your potty training methods are and if you can implement any of these methods into your potty training routine. Please make sure to like this video and hit the subscribe button. This is one of the many Montessori videos on my channel, and I would hate for you to miss out on any of the future videos that I plan on uploading. Thank you so much for watching and for all of your support, and I will see you in the next one. Give this video a big thumbs up. Bye guys!